Hi, everybody out there. How's it going? Peter's on this thing. He just got home from eating at Outbacks with his wife. Made my coffee and logged in. Cool. Should be well, that's all right. I'm not sure I'm ready to Zoom yet, quite uh, because I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do it yet. I ran into a problem. I was testing it out just a while ago. Froze up my whole computer. Let that happen in the middle of the stream. So we'll see what happens. But may try it at the end when all else is taken care of with whoever wants to join me. But otherwise, I might delay it too for another week at least. We'll see how it goes. So today, talking about my journey for desktops. I say desktops instead of distros because usually people distro hop. I kind of desktop hop, so to speak. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, some of the desktops, come with hi Philippa, Philippa. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Yeah, so I kind of desktop hop more than a distro hop lately, at least. And basically, what it is, I always had my favorite desktops. When I first started out, I used LXDE for my desktop environment. It's like back in 2010 or 11 when I first started going full time with Linux, pretty much. And as a good desktop, although a little outdated, but it worked and it was good. And then I discovered XFCE with went to X and Ubuntu and discovered that desktop. And that's about. Let's see. He's been removed. All right. So anyway, you got XFC. I kind of like that one pretty much, just because it's different from what I was used to. Looks a little more modern looking. All that good stuff. But anyway, I ran across Linux Mint and I fell in love with Cinnamon Desktop originally, and yeah, need to make an admin or something like that, Peter. So I have other people to take care of those kind of things for me. I'm lose my train of thought and stuff like that. So anyway, I haven't been playing YouTube chats really. Let me know if you see any more. I'll take care of it. So anyway, so I fell in love with Cinnamon Desktop. And for a long time, that was my go-to desktop. If I had the options, desktops, and Cinnamon was in there, I generally choose that one on any distro I downloaded. Of course, some distros didn't have Cinnamon, so then I had to have a backup one. And I kind of went with KDE for backup on that for a while too. But then I had inspiration. I started liking KDE better than Cinnamon actually because it's more flexible and it had more options. I kind of once you get past the big option list you had in your settings, all the things you do, you kind of got to where I liked it because you do a lot with it, So I like that, and so I did that one for a while. Then I started having problems with KDE. So when I first got this framework laptop, I put Endeavor on it, and I chose Cinnamon Desktop just to go back to old times, So, and so it worked pretty well overall, but the only problem was the screen ratio size on this framework laptop's a little bit different, weirder. And Cinnamon, for whatever reason, didn't have the ability to scale it fractionally, and didn't have the ability to do the screens independently from each other. My external monitor, which is a standard 1920 by 1080 display, and they had only one option for resolution. It's like 2555, 2255, something like that. And so anyway, I had that screen option. There's only option after that, so I was stuck with that. Either I had to go with 100, 200%, and it automatically defaulted 200%. So then everything is huge on this screen, and it's huger on the other screen. So that wasn't gonna work. So I went to KDE on it on my next installation of Fedora, and I wanted to see what that was like. So I got on KDE, and that one actually I was able to do fractional scaling, so I could scale it, even though it only had one resolution option on this monitor here. I could fractionally scale it, so I could make it work. But it had problems because sometimes I'd come on, I'd open up my computer, and the screens would be flipped between the upper screen and the lower screen. Stuff like that, weird stuff, And then other times it'd be this or that other. There were minor annoyances. For the most part, I could straighten it out, but you have to straighten it out all the time. Every time you never know what to expect, whether it's going to be messed up or not. Sometimes it worked flawlessly, other times it had problems. So there you go. So I went there, and then I was kind of getting a little bit I wouldn't say disgusted or mad or anything, but kind of just tired of having to deal with it all the time. So decided to look for a different distro, not even different distro, but a different desktop environment that I hadn't really tried yet much or done much with. And I wanted a non-GNOME desktop, GNOME being the standard vanilla GNOME type experience, mainly because I have a hard time wrapping my head around activities instead of thinking of programs on open. So I always want to open certain programs, and I want to open them up when I want to do something. I don't want to think of activities. And so I couldn't get my head around switching activities, what that was all about, those kind of things. So, I ought to tell you too what I'm drinking tonight. The Green Dragon. Yeah, that's what I got for one of my Christmas presents was a tankard from Lord of the Rings merchandise, Green Dragon. And I got Corona in it right now, and I'm guzzling it down. So that's what I'm drinking tonight for Brews. And for Linux, what I decided to finally go with, because I was trying to think when, and now I went with Solus Bungee, basically because first time I ever reviewed Bungee, which is back last year, beginning last year, end of the year before, I don't remember where it was I reviewed it. I kind of liked it, and it was alright, but it wasn't anything to write home about that I remember about. And it's not green. The Green Dragon's not green. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's kind of. I thought when I looked at them there, it's more like gold plated or something like that. It's not green at all. Tanker looks nice, but it'd be nice if they had this in green there. I'm sure it'd been more appropriate, but whatever. It looks nice anyway. So Yeah, so at any rate, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, so I got Solar Spongy. I went through the whole process of changing my distro and seeing I figured I wanted to go with Spongy anyway. Yeah, Peter says he's been using it for 5 years, Solar Spongy. Yeah, it's amazing. I kind of remember I'd used Solus before, even for a daily driver for a period of time in my distro hopping days, but I I wanted to give that a swirl, see if I wanted to handle I forgot to tell you one other thing. So anyway, while I was on Fedora and using the KD desktop on there, I did have a brief reprieve because I was able to get Awesome Window Manager installed on it, put it on there. And one thing I do with Awesome Window Manager, I use xrandr command, which kind of hard codes things in. And I also found out there are other resolutions on the screen that it handle. Cool. I can use xrandr then I can pick a resolution that's as close to the size of this as widthwise, and then I could do that. So I did, and it worked out pretty good for a while. I really like Awesome Window Manager. But every once in a while I decided to go back to KD, and never knew, especially being away from it for quite a while, what it looked like when I came back. That kind of thing. So it wasn't the perfect solution for me, the ideal solution, but it was good. I liked Awesome Window Manager. Felt like I was finally home when I installed it and put it back on. At any rate, so I decided to go with Bungie Desktop. And being that Solus makes Bungie, I figured that I was going to have to install a distro because you couldn't install Bungie so easily on Fedora. There's a way to do it, but I would have recommended. It's a conflicts other GNOME, settings other GNOME, desktop, stuff like that. I don't know. At any rate, I put that on there and install it now. One of the things I did was I put the live CD in, the live USB, booted up on that first to see if I could set the screen resolution so they match. I could. Matter of fact, I could set it according to the size of the screen. It gave me all the different same resolutions it gave an xrandr. It was in Bungie, which is good. So and I've set it up that way, and I've matched them up as close as I could, and there's a little bit of scaling, a little bit of fractional scaling you can do in this. And the only thing there's a few issues I've run into, not real big issues, just small issues. Hi Steve, how you doing? Peace. Have some green dragon blue. Anyway, so I put the back on my track. I wrote myself my third train of thought there. Yeah. So anyway, I yeah. So any rate, so I installed Bungie and installed Solus on there since Bungie went Solus. I can install it with Fedora, that kind of thing. So if I'm going to switch distros, I might as well switch the distro to Bungie with Mace Bungie if I'm going to use Bungie, right? So I did. And thereof, you have what I got. Solus Bungie, which is operating on my machine right now. So it's working on it. Oh, I was going to tell you a few things about it that I like. Some of the things that I had little issues with here and there, not big things, like I said. So let's go over to the desktop and check it out. Now, I think we just looked at Bungie about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm just going to briefly go over so you know what this web page is and where to find it and stuff like that. But up here you have in getsoul.us/home/ Probably have to put the final slash there, but you can't put. We're going to just put getsoul.us, solus, and it'll probably go there fine, I'm sure. Yeah, it defaults to home page. So yeah, look at that. You can look on there. That's where you can get your downloads. And you can choose Bungie, which is what I did. You also choose a GNOME desktop, plus Solus Plasma desktop, and Solus Mate desktop. Mate is the one that has on there. During donate, which I'll probably donate to them eventually since I'm using their system. Usually do that. And fell on the floor. Steve says he just fell on the floor. Oops. So anyway, yeah, so there's the requirements you need for system requirements to run it. It says 4 gigabytes of RAM for optimal experiences would be true for most distros. But according to this thing, you can run Mate at 2 gigs of RAM. But 10 gigs of disk space. So we're not going to go over all that again, but that's where you find the information where you download it. Do the SHA 256 some files, public keys, those kind of things. And there you go. That's Solus there. Now I'm going to take a look at my desktop and see what I've done to it. Hopefully. That's up here first though. Yeah. So now you're lower. Here you see my Solus Spongy desktop. It's one of the pictures you can get from Solus as defaults. And the default backgrounds that it has installed in there. The other ones that are just pretty. But I chose this one since it's mountain and I'm in Colorado. So that's cool. And I really like this. The look of it's really nice over here. Now, Solus. Notice I put a second dock over here. You got standard panel that I have down here. And put a dock over here for my workspaces. You see I have OBS running this workspace. And I have 3 more workspaces I can use. I could add more if I wanted to. But yeah, so I can move things around on this workspace. I can move yeah. So I move it down to workspace 2, 3, 4. Or I can go way if I wanted to. Yeah, so you move around pretty easy on it. You can graphically move with this mouse key. Workspace 3, workspace 4, workspace 2. So you move around as you wish. The only thing I really like the advantage of Awesome Window Manager was that you move each screen individually. So like I wanted the upper screen to stay in one spot, I wanted this one. I can move just the lower screen, or I can move just the upper screen, whichever one I wanted to move to. Has nice. These move in sync, so if you have an upper screen, lower screen stuff, unless you move the window that you want to keep view with it, then you lose your effects of it, so to speak. Yeah, so That's one little glitch that I liked about Awesome that I can't duplicate in this, but it's kind of a real minor thing. I can get by with it. Alright, just takes a little more juggling keyboard stuff, things like that. Okay, Steve says he's got to go play chauffeur and get his son's gym and take him to karate. Alright, thank you, Rick. Steve, I mean. Thank you, Rick. Have fun, dear son. Okay, Peter asked what adjustments had you had made to the initial Solos Bungee install. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute. The other things I liked about this so far is it's worked. Having all my screens stay put where I put them, and I don't have any problematic issues with it so far. I almost had one that I thought was an issue with Bungee, but it was actually an issue with Telegram desktop. I'll show you that here. I think it'll open up on this one. Yeah, here's my Telegram desktop. It looks normal now, but at first it came up as really big. And so if I go up here and we go down to settings, it had this default interface is up 200%, so it looked like this. Let's restart. We won't do that now. So anyway, it adds up 200%, so it looks real big and everything was huge. And I was going, well, what's going on now? I never counter program had fractional scaling inside the program itself to do that with, so I wasn't suspecting it was a program initially, but it was. So once I found that out and I could create the put it back to 100% or whatever, then it worked. Looked good. So it wasn't Bungee Actions that's fault. This is something that just picked up on Telegram that was going on this big. A lot of things when they put on this high resolution screen like this, they put it on there to scale it up or something like that. They have the ability to do that. They're trying to do that, so have to watch out for that. At any rate, it goes so good, but yeah, it's worked. Everything's just worked. It's so far, it just works, which is what I wanted. Something stable, something solid that would work and looks good. It looks nice. I'm getting used to it. I like it pretty much. I figured out how to get this dock installed. Now this dock here wasn't there when I started. What you have to do is you have to go down here to desktop, Bungee desktop. Oh, there's something else. When you first get it, you have to click on these. You can't just roll it over. I'll show you where that's at here in a minute. But anyway, Bungee desktop. So here's the desktop settings that you can do. You can set appearance of windows, widgets and stuff. I got it all dark. Plate Noir is what I changed it from. I think originally I had it on either just Plate or Plate. I think I had it on Plate Lumen if I remember right. So yeah, I had a dark theme. Yeah, that's real bright in it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dark, dark, dark. I want dark. Plate Noir. In dark mode. Yeah, that's how it was before. It's kind of bright for me, so I turned it down to like black better. So your icon themes, your cursors, notification position where your notifications appear in top right is where I have them set. I think that's default, I just left them there. And animations are automatically turned on. So anyway, there, go down here in desktop. You have desktop icons, active mounts, home, directory, trash. There's all these icons you see over here. They're installed there. Now this I didn't like single click policy. It should be double click. But I didn't get messed up. I think I'm going to change it because I installed a virtual machine on here once, see if it worked on this computer. I've also installed it over here. I've also installed it over there. All three. So, yeah, I didn't want to, so I don't remember which one I did what on. So, but anyway, I like double clicks rather than single click. And you can set the size of your icons. You also increase the number of virtual desktops from here. Fonts, Raven, which is got calendar widgets, sound output widget, microphone widget, show media playback. I think all those, were just what was on it. Widgets. If I remember right. And you can set Raven position, which is this panel opens up over here. Click on this. Just a panel with your calendar. It says everything on it. You see my sound widgets, OBS, it's all up 100% across the board. The apps, devices, I think devices. And you can see I got different device headsets built in. It has a calendar here, so I know what day it is someday. And yeah, so I got all that. Also, you can go over here to notifications, check out, that's applets, check out notifications. Nothing to see here, it says. So yeah, so that's the notification, but they usually pop up a notification which you can turn off right here if you wanted to. And Raven, I think by yeah, I don't know if it's in here somewhere else, but anyway, you set Raven positions. Windows. You have several things you can do. Button layouts, whether you want them on the right or the left. It's easy to switch those out. Single click for the win, Peter says. Yeah, well, it'd be easier, but sometimes I just like to select things out and getting clicked over, especially on my file manager. Center windows on screens. Windows are full screen. It's got all those options here. So it's automatic. That's automatic timing. You can drag a window to the top or one of the corners and it'll tile it like half and half. So if I want to tile this window here, I drag here to the top. Find the right setting for it. It's easier just to go click click like that, but if you want to just tile it over here to the left side. Our shortcut keys built into this bungee where you can do this automatically too. So I can go when you push down Windows key, hit the right arrow key, the left arrow key. You can tile your windows that way, or you can tile them maximize or back to that on the up and down key. It's getting smaller all the time, isn't it? Whoops. You also just move it with your mouse if you wanted to. So anyway, here's where you got your bottom panel. Left dock. So I created a dock over there. Put workspace switcher app in it. The thing I got in there. And add applets by clicking here. So say I wanted a clock on there, or icon task list, keyboard layout, or any of these other things. Notification places. So I want to place the thing there. That kind of goes with it. Then just add applet. There it is. And places. Go to document, downloads, music, pictures, videos, right from the applet on the screen. Handy in some ways if you don't have it the other way. Removal volumes. Not bad, huh? So anyway, I'm probably not going to use that. I'll just go. So I'm going to take this out. Remove pan. No, not panel. Trash can. Remove applet. There it goes. Bye bye, applet. Now when I sit there on this, I think settings. You're right up here. You have your settings. This is where you can set position, whether it's left, right, up or down. You set size, automatically hide, transparency, shadows, stylized reading. Dock mode is where you can change from dock. All you have to do is click that. That's what it looks like undocked. Click that. Get a dock mode. I do the same thing with the bottom panel, but I like it kind of like that with the more traditional layout on the bottom and the thing over there. Seems like I might be having some issues. My video resolution. Yeah. Peter says he's total mouse guy. Which I understand. I was total mouse guy for a long time until I started getting window managers more. Now I use workspace, keyboard, shortcuts for everything. Of course I did use shortcut keyboards even back before Windows days. A lot. Matter of fact, one of the odd things was when I had to get into what was it? Oh yeah. When I went from Windows to LXD desktop, I used OpenBox for Window Manager. And the only way to add shortcut keys was to go and edit the XML file I had in there. Which is a little intimidating at first, but I figured it out and I got used to it. And I could add any keyboard shortcut I wanted in there. So I've always used keyboard shortcuts a lot on Windows, especially. Had them for all my favorite programs, things like that I use frequently. Now I'm used to, especially with all the function keys that people use with their like Alt F4 for opening or closing windows and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of them you have to push down the function key and the Alt key in order for it to register as F4. Like on this framework laptop, it's that way. That thing, I can't even get it to push down function key. Function key's on the right side. Window key, it's over here. They're Alt keys. Yeah, you get Alt and Alt on this mechanical keyboard, and then F4's way up there. Even when you press on function key and the Alt key, it doesn't register. So on this one, I have to switch it to something different. Otherwise, I can't close my window, so you have to click. The more I figure out, the more I can reduce the amount of clicking I have to do and that kind of action, moving, thing like that. Easier it is on my hand. Easier I get around too. my Parkinson's, stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, after we switched to dock mode to get left dock, I added that whole dock panel. This panel over here, you won't get that on standard defaults. It was down a box thing, but added that in. And the only other thing I've done in here so far is I added Telegram desktop to auto start. And it's usually want to check and see what people have been talking about me or something like that. No. But you can auto start apps by clicking on here. Say you want them to auto start a application. You also add a command if you want to. Add application. It goes here and it's got a list of all applications and things. There's OBS Studio. Archive manager background. Say you wanted to open up boxes every time. You just click on that and install it. Click add. And click that. You click add and it installs it. But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to click cancel over here. And so that's the Bungie desktop settings section. And let's see, aside from the background, which isn't yeah, I don't like that standard default background that comes out of Bungie. I think it's even worse than the one that comes out of Fedora or GNOME in KDE. But yeah, they got plenty of backgrounds here for you to check out if you want to check out. You can go to System Settings. Bungie Desktop Settings, System Settings, two different things. It's where you get your Bluetooth, network, Wi-Fi. Actually, almost as many things, but background's one of them. Almost as many options you got. There's all your backgrounds. You can get the night, city, get other mountain pictures. You can get meadow pictures. And all sorts of stuff here. So you get a kitty cat picture, goes for cat lovers. I know somebody, Jason, I think, would like that. I'm not sure what that is. Crab or something, I think it is. Bicycles. Piano. That's road track, excuse me. Flower pictures, a picture. Picture of nature mostly. There's a default picture, the background it came out with out of the box. I've used this one before on Solus and other. I think Fedora has this picture set in too. At least this one. I've used this picture of the Grand Mountains. Yeah, some more abstract art in here a little bit, here and there. Got this picture here. Just give you an idea what options you have here. Pretty mystical, huh? And this is one that they use on, I think, default background, one of the other distros, KD, I think. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I kind of like that one too. But I'll stick with this one for now. So, yeah, you got all your other multitask applications, privacy. Now, it's one of the strange things or odd things about this, and some of this is Bungie's way of adapting what GNOME, because it's on a GNOME toolkit or whatever they stack, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, here's where you find your screen locks in private section. It makes some sense. More workspaces does on KD, but yeah, it's a little hidden down here all by itself though. Main setting there. Sharing sound powered displays, mouse, touchpad, keyboard, printers. I have to say, a printer was installed right out of the box. I didn't do anything. I just clicked on it. There it was. I can print to it. Google Media, color, using languages, accessibility, users, default applications. And this is one of the little things I don't like about GNOME, and they're kind of stuck with this until they get Lightman, and they're going to switch this over to Lightman at some point, but yeah, there's no default application listing for your terminal application emulators application, and so you have to think about that. Date and time, change date, time zones, those kind of things, and your about section. You see, we got memory, we got almost 16 gigs of memory. Processor 11th generation Intel Core i5 1135G7 at 2.4 GHz by 8 threads. 4 cores, 8 threads in this puppy. A Mason Tiger Lake, Tiger Graphics Lake, I think, something like Tiger Lake Graphics, I think, what's it called. Disk capacity 501. Solus 4.3, excuse me. 64-bit. GNOME version is based on is 41.1. X11 Windows system. And you can check for software updates. Now, as some of you know, I like to use the terminal for a lot of things. Hi Leviticus, how do you? Good to see you here. Yeah, so I like to use terminal for installing a lot of stuff, but I've kind of used this more. Software Center is nice. And you can browse by going to categories, or you can go up here to search and search for certain things. Like one of the things I searched for, I couldn't find Adobe. I also couldn't find Zoom in here. Zoom. It tells you. It's the options it has for Zoom, which none of them are what I wanted. So, yeah, I ended up installing Flatpak to get Zoom on here. So far, I think it's worked. Unless the problem I had before when I tested it out with OBS was that when I full screened it, which probably was my error there, was full screening a windowed captured thing, and OBS didn't know what to do, so it locked up. Anyway, it's probably my fault for that part. Yeah, I gotta test it out, make sure it works better, but yeah, so Zoom. But I have found Flatpaks. And the only other thing that I was trying to figure out was oh yeah, I was going to show you updates. And to go to updates, just go here and you can check for updates. It says software is up to date. I'm going to show you another way you can do it in a minute, but I'm going to just show you that. All right. Yeah. So we have that, and I have OBS cooking in the background on this, obviously. And we have everything there. Just trying to think of anything else I need to go over with this. Yeah. Look at this real quick. Installed HTOP. HTOP and Neofetch do not come pre-installed on this, but you have to install them. And then they're repositories, but you have to install them yourself. Anyway, you can see you got 1.37 gigs. Now this, of course, got with This is with OBS and cooking, and I think a web browser open, that kind of thing. So, of course, it's gonna be a little higher, but yeah, what I've seen it down to is about around 700 and something, I think, megabytes. Otherwise, it does pretty good. You see, I've got CPU going about around 10 to 18%, bounce around between those two. You can get Bungie has its own little uh, thing. Also installed a few programs in here. You go to it. Let's see. I know it's in here. Found it at one point is basically I can't seem to find it now, but the application yeah. Well, the application basically shows system stuff too. I don't remember exactly where it is. They say it gives you some of the same kind of information, but it's kind of cool. So I want to show it to you. But let's do this. System monitor, there it is. Okay. So this is your CPU actually going right here. It's clicking across there. There's your memory. And there's your network. Graphs. Shows you sending and receiving downloads, uploads, basically. Shows the memory you're using over here, how much swap you're using, how much you have, and all the CPU threads that are working. Pretty cool, huh? Kind of like that graphic look to it. Yeah, so that's cool. It's also got you got your list of processes that are going, and over here you have your devices, file systems that are being used. Okay, you can see I have that one, which is I think that's root. There's root and home is on there. 500 gigabyte NVMe drive. And this is a external drive, but I have them connected up by FSTAB. Put them in FSTAB, so they'll automatically be there available when so this one I think, yeah, this one is where I store my backups for my system. It's where I store my home backups, home file backups in this one. There's that. Now I was also going to show you something else. I wanted to show you what I've been developing a bit more. So I've updated the router distro and installed a lot of the router programs you see on here. So like I think it came with out of the box it came with let's see. Came with all the LibreOffice out of the box. But I installed Focusrite, GNU Cache Financial Management, and Linux out of the links. I'm not sure to pronounce that exactly, but links. And it's those are all writing programs and stuff like that for my writing processes. And my graphics, I installed the, I don't know if that was already in there or not, but GNU image manipulation program. I know I installed this G-Scan to PDF. Image viewer. Inkscape. I don't remember, but I think I installed Inkscape. This is one of the ones I could install. Oops, I just initiated it. Yeah. I don't know what happened to it. At any rate, probably sent it to different. No, nothing there. Not any other workspaces. What happened to it? Can't open the menu up again. Well, normally it works. So, yeah. If this freezes and everything stops working, you know why. And, yeah, I was going to show you too the program I was going to work on, or the script I was working on. It's update script basically. Universal update script. CD bin. There's all my scripts I've created pretty much. So it's this one right here. Back me up, I think. I think that's one. No, install. It's update, yeah, update. Update me right here. That's what I'm talking about. So nano. Update me. Now this is simplified software update on whatever distro you're on. First you must determine what package manager we're using by process of elimination. Then list package manager list. Type get Pacman, Yay, Yum, DNF, and EO package. So the ones I really have used much in the past, the ones I know about pretty much. So if there's another package manager out there, you add it on this list. And if you do that, then you gotta go down into here and add it in this section down here. So that's package manager list. What it does a for loop, which it goes through. And if it checks, see if it's in there. If it is in there, equals 0, the error code equals 0 means it's there. It puts a distro and sets error message to 0. Which if error is greater than 0 means it still equals 1. Then it'll say sorry, but your package distro is not in my list. So and it tells you what you need to enter in there. Or you can go to a terminal or you go to your package manager to install whatever files you want to install or update or whatever you want to do. Now we have package manager and operator. We must set up the appropriate update commands to execute. So it goes on the case distro, then uses various package managers to update their command. Initiate the commands, whatever one you use. Yeah. Now Yum and DNF are both in Fedora. I tested out Fedora works. But you put Yum before Fedora if it's in just so it has Yum, like I guess Red Hat just uses Yum. Then you would then it won't find DNF. If it does, it probably was more Fedora. Because Fedora has both Yum and DNF installed by default. But if you use it'll take the last one, whichever one's the last one in the list, that's one we'll use. If it has multiple more. That's why I put Yay after Pacman. If if you can't find Yale, at least find Pac-Man. But you could also put your whatever AUR thing and program you have and that you use in yours. You put them in there. There's update command there. So it updates your package managers. Then it will go upgrade flat packs if installed. You can add snaps or other types of upgrade using the same format as below. Well, I don't know why you upgrade snaps. I'm sure it has some similar type of upgrade as flat packs does, but I don't know what it is, so I don't use snaps much. It's my last resort if I have to go to snap. So anyway, so it adds this mode in there. If it's not there, which probably will be if you have flat packs, it should be there. And do flat pack upgrade. Now I noticed I could comment this out, since theoretically you won't do an upgrade on flat packs if it's not there. But yeah, it's like on Fedora, you didn't have to have sudo in front of flat pack remote add, but you do on Solus. So you might have to adjust that if you wanted. I could just uncomment that part out. Anyway, that'll upgrade your flat packs too at the same time just by typing this one command. Or you can put an alias that points to the command. I think I just have up in my alias file if I'm right. Yeah, up starts update me. So all I have to do that is go up. And then my password for that and update Solus repositories. And so it tries to update Flatpaks on one shot. So yeah, that's no way you can update if you use a script like this or put it in. Yeah, so I can put this, the neat thing is I can put this on any of the distros I use, which has been Arch or Solus or Fedora or Ubuntu, Debian, any of those, it covers those package managers that I listed there. And I can just run this and it'll update it, just like that. So, there you go, Bungie. So far it's worked, except for Windows key no longer is shooting Windows out. I don't know why. Can't initiate the window. Not sure what they get into right now. Probably after reboot's cleared out and that would shut everything down, so I don't do that either. Oh, I guess it's been almost an hour now. And let's see what else I wanted to talk about, if anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to look at videos that I did on there. Let's see if I can switch this back to head view. And I move it down. Yeah. And uh, And so where is this? Where is it? Oh yeah, I remember. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. So I was going to show you I kind of missed my 100 mark video. Yeah. Here I am at 74 current subscribers. Not a lot compared to a lot of people, but yeah, I just do it for fun of it more than anything else. I never intend making money at this, or so whatever subscribers I get is whatever subscribers I get. Anyway, you can see my statistics here. 1,000 views last 28 days. One thing I want to look at though is I want to show I did one of my favorite videos this last year, most few videos for 2021. And you see what the top ones are here. This is one that's been up the top for a long time. It's also got like over 5,000 views. December 2020. For some reason, this one's been kicked into the Hi, Zavela. You're not a bot. That's nice. I hope you're doing fine. Yeah, I was watching some of this on my Pi, but the monitor is across the room. Had to move to my laptop. I understand. Yeah, most topic you missed it. You always review it later on, though. I'm just getting into my videos that I've done. Now, this video here is my number one for 2021. Simon KD Plasma versus KD Plasma. Which desktop environment is better? That one's bad. 4,053 views. Not a huge amount compared to big guys like DT and all those guys. Gardner, Brian, Chris, Titus Tech, and all those folks. But I'm not in this for money or anything. I'm just doing it for fun, basically. And here's Gruta Clinics. Definitely worth checking out. Coming in number 2. Number 3 is set up Fedora 34 Cinnamon DE desktop environment. We have Manjaro reviews, i3 and Sway window managers. Manjaro has a Qt Window Manager edition. I didn't know that. Doesn't really, but I installed one anyway. And Oracle Windows, Oracle Linux Window Manager reviews, Com Window Manager. Manjaro desktop reviews, desktop wars. There's the one I did. Yeah, I was saying when I first review Bungie, I was like, it's okay. Nothing really to see there. Probably, but I don't know if I just didn't investigate it far enough for what. Okay, Peter. Have a good night. All that good stuff. So anyway, I got 100 and this video right now is my 110th video I've made altogether. So I got Bungie, Solar Bungie versus Deepin, desktop environments, desktop wars I said. And then this is back, the early one I did in 2021, one of my early ones last year. my new daily dart, Fedora 33. And this one, I just reviewed Fedora 34th Gnome 40 desktop. Now this particular one, a bit of a story on this. I was getting ready to review Fedora 33. See, several months after I did that one. And when I started to do this one, I, strangely enough, I happened right when they were coming out with Fedora 34, the day of. It's night, middle of the night, when I was creating the video, editing it. And then I noticed they came out with Fedora 34, and I said, wow, Fedora 34. So I did a quick video on it and put it up. It was like one of the first ones, so I got this real big spike, initial spike in videos from it. Probably see it on up here on my, right there. That's real little big spike videos from watching that went out fast. So anyway, yeah. So that's my top 10 videos for 2021. Also, I put out 89 videos of these, plus about, this will be the 20th live stream I've done, so all combined I have 110 videos I put out. My 100 mark kind of slipped by without really realizing it. So I think that'll probably do it, though, for what we got to do today. And hope everybody has a great Happy New Year. Put a toast to the Green Dragon. Have a Happy New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas too. And we'll see you next year, I guess. We'll be back in a year. Or next year, I guess best to say. So, with that said, hope you enjoy it. I think next week we'll probably be looking at Linux Smith, hopefully a new version of Linux Smith. Now we'll look at the beta. So, we'll do one or the other. Either the new version when it pops out, or if it's still in beta, we'll do the beta version next week. And that'll be right before Big Day Linux puts their live show on for their, which I'll probably be on, I guess, assuming no problems. We'll see. At any rate, that's about it. I think it's all announcements I have and everything. So, till next year, may the Linux Force be with you. Bye.